Right, it's time for the Singapore Grand Prix. Can I beat the pole lap? George Russell does it, and what a performance. Honestly, a really impressive qualifying lap from him in the Mercedes. To be fair, Antonelli also not too far away, and generally speaking, the Mercedes working really well. Now, today we're going to try and beat that time from George, 1 minute 29.1. A lap which maybe Verstappen could have competed with, but I think even with that supposed Norris block, which I don't see much in it to be honest, I don't think he would have done much about it. So let's see. Currently we're on the hard tyres, on the C3 hards, and then we're going to work our way down to the C5s. For now though, just trying to get some tyre temperature and build things up on the formation lap, on the warm-up lap. First thing I'm going to do is move the brake bias back to 51. This is a track where you really want to make sure you don't lock the fronts, otherwise that could be very, very costly. And yeah, we're going to see exactly how this translates. I'm looking forward to this one. I think Singapore, as we saw in the qualifying itself, is a huge challenge. Also, it's a bit like Monaco in a way, like we saw recently, where you really just have to get the lap together. Baku as well, to be fair, to some extent, also quite similar, and mistakes go punished really heavily. So yeah, let's get to it. Also, you may note that we are running a new HUD element, actual on-screen element of a timing tower with my name on it, which I'm testing out for this video, which I'll leave linked down below. But let's get to it. Currently, tyres are cold, hard tyres are not very grippy. Battery on low, through the last corner. We're going to get our first lap started. Down towards turn 1 then. Braking at the 100. Wow, lots of understeer. Not a lot of grip on this tyre. Can't find any temperature whatsoever, which is not great. Turn 4. I think it's turn 4 anyways. Onto the back straight, opening DRS. We're going to cross the first sector point as we head into Raffles Boulevard. Third gear. Watch the curb on the exit. 90-degree right follows. Lots of low speed understeer and then oversteer on the way out. Trying to avoid some of these curbs. They're pretty high, pretty dangerous and aggressive. Into turn 10, I believe. Which of course is the old Singapore sling. Trying to open up this little right left. Back end fighting as we head over the Anderson Bridge. Lock up on the way in. So we miss our apex as a result. Trying to find the traction on the way out. Still no tyre temperature. Down to, I believe it's turn 14. Heavy on the brakes. Just brushing the wall on the way out. As we head through the brief darkness of the back straight into this final chicane. At the 100-meter board, hitting the brakes. Third gear, over the curbs. Watch the traction. And now the final corner. Up to the line. I might go for another lap here, to be fair. And then we've got a little bit of tyre temperature. We do a pretty conservative 134.5. So we'll go for another one and see if we can find some time now that we've got a bit more tyre temperature. Right, first sector 29.0. We'll look to beat that. Can already feel the grip difference with a second lap. Battery's going to be fine for 2 push laps, so we don't have to worry about it. There we go, half a second up already. A little bit deep. Trying to pull it back up for the exit. Bit of oversteer, but we take it in our stride. Trying to avoid this inside curve if possible. It really unsettles the car. This is much better so far. Trying to carry a bit more speed through here. Oh, back end trying to kick out. Way over the bridge. No lock up this time. Still lots of understeer, but we are way tighter to the apex. A much tidier second lap. And there's the resulting gain. 9/10 up, but we throw a big chunk of that away as we hit the wall there. Just got some understeer on the front. So we probably lost a little bit of time. Hard on the brakes. Into the chicane, under the bridge. Open it up. Another final corner, full send. That was good through there. Lots of speed carried over the line. And we find 0.8 more. So 133.6. Right, let's begin then, shall we? Let's do some setup work and see what we can do. So, tyres, straight away, we're going to head down to the C4 mediums. The fuel, we're going to put that in half. So 33 litres will go to about 16 on the lower side. Electronics, now we ran low. I'll go balanced on this one. And I want to put some more engine brake on because it's a track that needs engine brake. We'll go for 10 straight away. Wing levels, I'll go up by 2 clicks. Actually, I'll go 3. 3 front and rear will keep the difference. Default, which is a 1 wing split. Camber, tyres are a bit cold, so I think we can probably push the camber a bit more. Front, rear less so, but the front could definitely go with a bit more camber. So 3 clicks on the front, 1 on the rear. Bias, I might even try 50 as we were still front locking. And then elsewhere, all I want to do is, I don't really want to drop the suspensions too much. So I'll put the front down a little bit. The rear is almost near minimum. I'll put the rear down 1 and I'll put the front down 4 to kind of keep them a bit more level. Roll bar, this is interesting. We'll put the rear on 0 straight away for traction purposes. Front on 3, I want to try and keep a bit more mid-turn rotation, but then I want to up the wheel rate for a bit of front end sharpness and responsiveness. I'll lower it on the rear just a little bit for rear stability, and we'll just put it down on the rear here as well for traction reasons. But let's give this a go. Right, as we weave through the darkness, we now have our delta bar up the top for complete lap time accuracy. So let's see how we do. We're going to go up to balanced on the engine mode, and we're going to get stuck in. Here we go, through the last corner. Open it up as we begin the lap. Here we go. Turn 1 at the 100. Nice braking there. Car responding well. Low speed. Still lots of understeer there. Not feeling great. Turn 4. Don't really want to touch the inside curb. It really unsettles the car. We'll gain some lap time here because of the engine mode for free. Spot the braking. Through 10 top. In sector 1. Already a bit more than that on the exit of that left-hander. Still struggling with the traction through there. Much nicer through that one. Lots of grip as we now head into the tricky stuff. Right, back end nice and stable. A little bit wide of the apex there as we just miss our turning point. Car's a lot more agile through the Anderson Bridge complex. This is where we made the mistake last time. Focus on the exit. There we go. Free lap time, but the lap's been invalidated. The lap's been invalidated for some reason. The little asterisk on the delta. Not too sure why that's the case, but not ideal. Little wall tap. Over the line. It's a 2-second improvement, but I don't know if it's going to count or not. 1:31.5. Might just go again to see if I can get a clean lap together without invalidating like that. So then we'll go again. Why not? We'll string a pair of laps together. We're actually overheating a little bit now. All good though. Delta bar is based off the previous time. We'll see what the delta in the bottom left is. Yeah, I think that's based off the illegal lap, so we'll trust the top delta for now. Bit of opposite lock, all good. Now the tyres are working, we've got good temperature, so they're reacting well. This time we don't miss in our turning point. Got way more confidence on this lap. Again, the improved tyre temperature really helping. I just can't get them warm enough on the formation lap. But maybe just there we overheated them a little bit and done the rears. I'll try again. Okay, let's run it back again. Into balance on the battery. We've got good tyre temp to start the lap. I've also just lowered the tyre pressures a little bit. So let's get to it. Second attempt. Trying to open up turn 3. It's technically invalid already. According to the delta, maybe I ran out of bounds in the first 3 corners. I'd have to check the tape. I didn't feel like I did, but I'll push on anyways. Just want to get this lap together. Good first sector. Half a second up. And the rest as we do get a bit of understeering on wide there. A little bit of time lost, but we pull it back straight away at the very next corner. Right, here we go again. Into the tricky stuff, where we of course lost it last time. Car reacting well over that curve on the inside. Straight line braking, very important for this hairpin. Watching the traction this time. 1.5 up. A little bit deep again there, just getting some understeer on the front. Right, let's get this end of the lap sorted out. Come on. Avoid that inside curb. Oh, big opposite lock. Final corner. Horrific end of the lap. And we actually go slower than the 31.5. Okay, well, anyway, let's take the 31.5 as a reference because I don't think I invalidated, to be honest. I don't know where I did. So I'm going to take that as a legit time. That's why we have the double delta. 31.5, we need about 2.4 seconds. So let's get to work. Right, straight onto soft tyres, which is going to be what I want. Now for the fuel, we're going to put this on minimum. So what's the lowest we can go for? Out lap, time lap, push lap. 5 is a bit tight. I'm going to put the wing up, so I'll go for 6. And that should work well. Now we're going to try high on the electronics to see if that works for an entire battery. I'm going to max out the engine brake as well. And I'm going to put 2 more clicks of wing on, which we can make up for with the engine mode. I'm happy with the rest. Actually, I'm going to reset my tyre pressures. I ended up putting them down a bit. I'm going to go back to 17 across the board. I want the fronts a bit lower because the fronts don't get warm enough, so we can run that. And then for the rest, I'm actually quite happy. I am going to try 49 bias and see if that locks rears or not. But for the rest, I'm quite happy. I'm even happy with this. I want to see what I can do first because there's definitely lap time to be found. Right, time to get a lap that's quick, that's good, and crucially, hopefully, is valid for both deltas. Here we go then. The delta above is still going to be for the hard tyre lap, the one below for the quickest lap on mediums. Well within track limits at the first 3 corners. Want to make sure we do not extend and get this lap on the board. I've got to turn in a bit later for that corner and just avoid the inside curb entirely. It delays me picking up the throttle so much. Good first sector though. Really good. Oh, a bit of opposite lock. All good. That's where we lost time before. And through there as well, so we're going to gain all that lap time back right away. Now we're starting to work on the limit. Right, here we go. Oh, really bumpy through there on the full feedback. You can really feel it. Over the curb. The car's so much more reactive now on the soft tyre. What a difference. The C5 giving us all the grip. And it's a really strong lap so far. A bit of brake locking there, but that's all good. If that's all we're going to get throughout the lap, I'll take it. So far, the lap is valid, so let's keep pushing. Under the bridge we go. Try and keep the speed up. We had a massive moment here last time, of course. Also, the final corner wasn't great. The battery's going to last. It's a good lap. It's a really good lap. Right, valid. 1 minute 30.2. We are exactly 1 second off George's time, but we now have a really good reference. Now for the tyres, I think I can actually go a bit more on the PSI, go a little bit higher, and we'll be okay. The fuel is fine, so we're not going to move that. We have a little ace card to play, and that's our NGUH mode, which we're going to use in motor, which will give us a bit more power. I'm also going to drop the recovery round to 20%, which will also give us more power output throughout the lap. Elsewhere, I'm happy in principle with the wing. I just need to push a bit more, be a bit more aggressive at points. And then elsewhere, I am going to max out the front camber. I think I'll put a click on the rear instead of 2 on the front. Elsewhere, I'm happy with the bias. I think we can make that work. So at this point now, it's about the suspensions. Do we want to make anything here in terms of changes? I am quite happy with it all, to be honest. I will try a 2 front robber with a bit more front wheel rate for rotation purposes. But I think we're at the races. I think it's time to go and send it. Okay, engine modes are on, engaged. This is going to be a proper full send attempt. I'll also override the battery myself and use it throughout the lap. Let's see what we do. Lovely start. Lovely, lovely start. Still turning in a touch too early there, touching the inside curb. A good first sector though. Really good. Oh, taking a chance there over those curbs. Working okay, no rear locking through the hairpin. We have a poor exit. Okay, half a second up, come on. Oh, a bit of a loose moment there, back end. Trying to get away multiple times. Kept it in one piece though, kept it together, and we're still up. A little bit wide there, all good. We invalidate, so that's where it is. It's that corner there. It's that corner exit. Okay. Over this curb, under the bridge. Right, we'll back out. I don't want an invalid time breaking our deltas, but we know there's at least 8 tenths in the lap, so we can fight for this pole. Now, the more that I think about it, the more I think I'm actually going to commit, even if I invalidate according to the top delta, because I mean, you're seeing the real life lap and what the drivers are doing IRL. Like, they're out here, like, driving and hitting, in some cases, the wall. So I think next time I won't hesitate to finish a lap. For the sake of trying to keep it clean, that's not exactly a cut or an extension. So I think I've got no issues with that. Anyway, I'm going to lock in and we're going to try and get this lap again. Outrageous. We technically invalidated again at that exact same point, but that is a ridiculous lap, mate. Absolutely unbelievable. A 128.8. We beat George by 3 tenths. And genuinely, there's not, I wouldn't say there's much more in that. That felt pretty much nailed on. Right, let's quickly run you through the setup, beginning with tyres. C5 soft compound tyres with 18 PSI across the board. Fuel, 6 litres, enough for out lap, push lap, in lap. Electronics were set to high. Motor with a 20% recovery and a maximum engine brake. Aero 13, 12, a little bit more on the front end. Maximum front camber, a little bit more on the rear. Toe default. Dampers default, no need to change those. Bias 49, heave dampers default. Suspensions copy. The video, roll bars changed, wheel rates changed, ride heights changed from top to bottom. Everything changed, and then the rest is default / irrelevant. But guys, there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and the episode. Also, comment down below the kind of revised look of the presentation, of course, with the music, with the new HUD elements. Should we change? Can we change a few things? Let me know. And yeah, I'll be keen to hear your feedback. Link down below, guys. You're going to have all the mods. So open the description box, guys. You're going to have all my social medias, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and also X, I believe. Also, all the mods will be linked at the bottom of the video as well. My Discord's also in there, guys. So any questions you can ask me. Join the community. We're growing now, over 1,600 followers. And yeah, very exciting stuff, guys, coming soon. In the meantime, I appreciate you guys watching. As always, like the video, subscribe. Those two are absolutely critical. Comment below who you think is going to win tomorrow. And yeah, as always, a massive shout out to my channel members for enjoying and supporting the content. Check out the 2 videos on screen for more videos like this. I'll see you guys soon. Grazie. Ciao, ciao.